Okay, everybody, I know we don't have a lot of time tonight. My name's Mr. Forberg. You can call me Mr. F. Pastor couldn't be here tonight. He's away, so I'm filling in for him. As you'll see, I'll be around confirmation. I'm becoming a deacon in the church, and my internship is the youth. So I plan to, and I'm going to talk to you a little at the end of here about doing some activities outside of here and getting your input on what you guys would be interested in doing. But let's start first with the lesson today. If we could all stand for the Apostles' Creed. I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. I believe in Jesus Christ, God's only Son, our Lord, who was born of the Virgin Mary, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and was buried. He descended to the dead. On the third day he rose again. He ascended into heaven. He is seated at the right hand of the Father, and he will come to judge the living and the dead. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. Amen. Okay, we're going to skip to what we're up to now. And we're going to go to Good Samaritan stories, if anybody's got them. I'm going to kind of limit it to like 4 or 5, if anybody's interested. And if you can do me a favor, just if I pick you, just tell me what your name is, because I'm trying to learn everybody's name. So go ahead.
So my name's Liam. So at lunch, a kid lost his friend keeps on coming back and leaving. So he usually sits alone, so I invite him over to eat lunch with us.
That was really nice. You know, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to sit alone sometimes, and it's nice for somebody to do that.
My name's Tristan, and so my friend, these kids keep calling him fat, and I said to him that he wasn't fat, and I told the bullies that he's not fat either. So, and he's just in shape.
Yeah, it's not nice when people bully other people, is it? No. I'll come to this side next.
My name is Sydney, and I lost my cross at a basketball game, and people helped me find it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's nice that people return things. Okay.
I'm Sydney also, and so one of my friends was getting bullied on Snapchat.
That was me. That was her.
Yeah, and so what happened was I told her that I'm not gonna sit with them, so I could sit with her
What about me?
if she wanted me to.
Oh.
It was nice to be a good friend. Okay, one other, last one over here.
Hi, my name is Brinley, and I saw someone sitting at lunch today alone, and I decided to go and sit with them.
That's nice. That's awesome. All right, one more. One more. Last one. Make it good.
My name's Jessica, and yesterday my friend's Snapchat account got hacked, and the hacker was sending dots to everybody, and we were contacting her on messages and on TikTok to see if she was okay, and she's thank you guys for
Being supportive.
yeah.
That's great. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. That was. Okay, so let's now review the Ten Commandments. So, who wants to give me who knows the first commandment? Patrick? That's right. Okay, that's the first one. What's the second one? Anybody know the second one? Can't be you again, Patrick. Got to pick somebody else. Jessica? Yeah, that's it. You shall not make wrongful use of the name of the Lord your God. Or you can say it more simply, you shall not use the Lord's name in vain, is how some people say it. Third? That's right. Okay, that's perfect. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. What's 4? This is an important one. No, I'm only kidding. What's 4? Excuse me? I can't hear what you're saying. A what? Oh, no. It's, no, that's later. That's later. Okay, yep, that's one way to say it. The other way would be to honor your mother and father. And that could be your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunt, your uncle. It's your elders, is basically what they're talking about. So that's number 4. Number 5. Did you raise your hand? No, that's a little bit later. We can go back to... There you go. How about number 6? There you go. You got them. The water's out. No problem. And what are we doing tonight? So what's number 7 that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight? That's right. You shall not steal. So you shall not steal. Now, if you really think about you shall not steal, when I look at the commandments, the first 7 are pretty self-explanatory. You shouldn't murder, you shouldn't commit adultery, which means you should be faithful to your spouse, honor your mother and father. When it says do not steal, I think it's a little broader of what that means. So what do you think about when you say do not steal? What do you think that pertains to? That's it. That's what? You can go. Yeah, go ahead. So that's right. That's the obvious one. Like, don't steal something, right? That's not your property. That somebody else owns, right? Anybody else? Yep, that's true. What would be an example of that? That's right. You think about it. Anybody ever been in the city and you're walking along and they have all those purses and watches that say they're Rolex and Gucci and they're really fake, right? And you're buying them, really. And those people are selling illegal, basically items that are produced illegally. And by buying them, it's stealing. Go ahead.
I don't know if this counts, but it's been nice when my brother's school was selling contraband, just like for fun, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if you know that he got it illegally, you shouldn't be buying it from him, right? Because you know it's stolen, right? So, yeah, that's true. Think about in school. How could you steal while you're in school? What? Okay, you're not sure. That would be stealing. Okay, anybody else? Go ahead. Yeah.
One time someone, a teacher, they were walking and money fell out of her back pocket.
Okay.
I told her, but if someone didn't tell her, and they took it, now it's
Okay. Let me ask you this question. If you cheated on a test, would that be stealing? How many people say yes? How many people say no? Okay. It would be stealing, right? Because when you think about stealing, it doesn't have to be something that you could feel that you're getting, something they call it tangible, something you could feel that's like a product. But you're stealing, when you're taking somebody's answers from a test, you're stealing their knowledge, right? You're stealing their knowledge and all the work that they did on the test, right? So it may be the easy way to do it, right? To get by on your test, and it may feel like the right way at the time, but the easy way is not always the best way, right? So when you're cheating on exams, don't steal other people's knowledge. So that's another way of stealing. How about this one? If you're at work, you're at your paid job, and you're goofing around on the job for half the day, is that stealing? Yes? Why? Right. They're paying you to do something and you're not doing it. You're goofing around, right? So you're absolutely right. That's stealing. So as you can see, like, stealing's not just the obvious thing sometimes, right? How about, has anybody ever gone, you don't have to admit, has anybody ever, you know how people go on the internet and they download music and movies, and they don't pay for the streaming service, but they find another place to download it for free without paying for it? Is that stealing? That's stealing, right? Now, you can kind of go in another way too. Like, if you're gossiping or telling false stories about somebody, are you stealing? Is that stealing? No? Yes or no? Yes? Yes? No? Who says no? Okay, so it is. It's stealing. Because basically, by telling false statements about somebody, you're stealing their reputation. So you're not stealing something physically from them, but you're stealing their reputation, which sometimes it's very hard to get back when somebody's telling false stories about you, right? So that's stealing. I'm going to do one more. How about, you ever see ads, like for marketing, that they put false things in the ads, like they put false statements? Is that stealing? Yeah, it's stealing. Why? Okay, that's one way to look at it. Very good. There's one other way to look at it. Anybody else?
You're stealing customers' money because the customer's buying it for what they're saying. That's about it, but it's really not.
That's right. Basically, they're putting false information there to convince you to buy their product, and they're not telling you the truth about it, so that they're stealing. So there's all different ways that you can look at stealing. Let's go back here. So I'm going to skip the next couple because Pastor's going to do them next time. So when we steal, what happens? Number of things. We can take goods out of somebody else's property. That's the obvious one, right? When we cheat by using somebody else's answers, we can steal when we use somebody else's answers or ideas without their consent. We can steal when we wrongfully destroy a person's dignity or reputation, right? If you humiliate somebody, you're stealing their dignity. Like we were talking about before, if you're working and you're not really doing your job, you're stealing because you're not earning what somebody is paying you for. Or you knowingly make false representations or statements about somebody. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways. No, that candle stays on all the time. What? What? It's the everlasting candle. It stays on all the time. And that's one of the things I'm going to do one of these weeks is we're going to have a little hunt around the church, and you're going to have to identify different things in the church. Okay, so that's basically where we steal. So what's the big idea? We honor God when we get things fairly, right? Sometimes it's easy to do things the easy way, or do things so that you can make money or get a better grade on an exam, but God doesn't want us as Christians to do things always the easy way. He wants us to do it the right way. So that's about stealing. So let's see. I'm not going to go there. So I'm going to end there because I want to talk to you just for a couple minutes about activities. So one of the things I want to do is, I don't know if, when I used to run a youth group, was in a youth group and ran one. You get to know each other and really bond if you go and do things as activities. And I'd love to know, does everybody here, would they be into like doing activities outside of confirmation? Maybe doing something like we could do something inside. We could do a game night in Good Shepherd Hall. We could do a group outing for laser tag one weekend. We could do a group outing for bowling. We could do ice skating. And we could do other things. If you have other ideas, like, we want to know what you would like to do. Because as part of what I'm doing, I want to start to, get you kids outside and doing fun activities. We're also going to do community service activities, so those are going to be coming up, and we're discussing them now. But let's show up hands. Like, who would like to do a game night in Good Shepherd Hall? Okay. Now, out of these three, because I got to pick one, and if you have others, you can do too. Out of a group outing for laser tag, or bowling, or ice skating. So hands for laser tag first. Okay. For bowling. Okay. How about for ice skating? Wow, I am surprised. Okay, good. Okay. The only reason I thought about ice skating is I always try to think of do something where everybody can do it. Some people don't ice skate, so you don't want them to have to sit out. That's my only concern with that. I know I did bowling years ago, and we went and we bowled and we had some food, and then we had cards for the kids to do a certain amount of games after, like video games, the games they have in the corner. So, okay, I got the idea. I also want you to think about, over this week, other activities that you guys would be interested in, and certainly let us know. Let Pastor and myself know next week. And, we look forward to kind of, doing those kind of activities. I know everybody's busy. We'll figure out a day and the time and everything like that, but we just want to start kind of listening to you guys. We know you guys enjoy the volleyball upstairs, but and that's a great group activity, but we want to get you guys outside together. And then after we do those local activities, we'll start talking about maybe doing some retreats, because we've done retreats to past in Pennsylvania and to Shelter Island and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that. So thank you very much for your time tonight. I know it was short. You guys had a good time doing the blankets. Don't leave yet. With the blankets, so you're going to keep doing them next week? Is that okay? You do that again next week? So let's just close. I'm going to go backwards, and we're all going to stand and just do our Lord's Prayer to close. Okay, we all stand. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not Thank you, everybody, for your time tonight, and those online, thank you for joining, and we'll see you all next week.